The Chinese American whose 66-day imprisonment in China almost prevented Hillary Clinton from visiting that country is an old friend of 60 Minutes. In 1991, he and Ed Bradley went to China to document the kinds of human rights abuses Harry Wu has dedicated his life to exposing. And that trip was one of the reasons why the Chinese government arrested, tried, convicted, and sentenced Harry Wu to 15 years in prison before expelling him last Thursday. So as you can imagine, Ed Bradley and Harry Wu and his wife, Jing Li, had plenty to talk about when they met this weekend in California.
When I arrived in San Francisco, Jing Li asked me, "Do you think about me?" I have to be frank with you. No. I can't. If I think about her, that really killed myself.
You couldn't take it if you had to think about it. Did you understand that?
I understand that. And I'm proud of him because he, you know how difficult it was.
You were always with guards?
All the time. Even on the toilet.
When you took a shower or a bath?
Yes. All the time.
So you never had any privacy?
What do you mean privacy?
So you always had 3 policemen, plain clothes, in the room with you?
In the room with me.
What happened when you went to sleep?
Well, they look at me. That's why in one night I awake. I just opened my eyes. Suddenly I saw there's a police look at me, just like the distance only 2 feet. He's look at me. I said, "Gosh, would you look at me?" And I very worried, if I say something in my dream,
Were you physically abused at all? Anyone touch you?
No, not at all. No, they always say you are the special of the special. Your food, the same as we.
Ours.
It's the same ours food, same. The
So
food is
you
okay.
ate what the guards ate?
Yeah. And no touch my body at all.
Harry, let me ask you another question. What was the toughest moment for you during all of this, the 66 days?
The tough days, let me tell you.
And he did. Harry said his toughest moment came one day in court when a videotape was entered as evidence. A videotape that included pictures of Harry and Jing Li.
You saw your wife on videotape.
Yeah. And I said, let me keep one shot, one look. This is a sad thing. And then I come back to my room. I go to sleep right away. Usually in the room I walk from this wall to the wall, only about 3 meters, but I still walk, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, drag my left leg all the time. And this time I right away go to my bed and I cover my eye with a T-shirt. And the police got lift the T-shirt, so what are you doing? I said, well, I just sleep. I don't want to let them see that my tears running. I don't want.
You were crying?
That's only one day.
Only one day?
One night.
This had been Wu's 4th trip to China since 1991. Each time before, he had used hidden cameras to secretly document various human rights abuses for which the Chinese government had called him a spy. He knew he was at risk of being arrested every time he entered the country, so this time he went in through Kazakhstan, thinking the border patrol at this remote crossing would not know who he was.
So you went into a remote area figuring that no one's going to have a computer and Harry Wu can get in.
Yeah, I expect that.
And they had a computer. What did they do when they first detained you?
Well, the border police say, well, we have some documentation problem, so we have to keep you a little while. 5 days later, a senior police come from somewhere. He say, I got the order from Beijing. You using the false name, sneak into China many times, so we have to keep you.
Were you thinking then that just a few days or so you'd be let go and free to either go on your own or to leave the country?
I'm ready for they take me. I know that they really hate me. Okay. It is true, later the senior police told me, do you know, you make a big trouble. I said, since when? Since you with the CBS.
Because of the work you and I did, they said that was big trouble?
Yeah.
What they were talking about was that report we did 4 years ago. If the label says made in China, what it doesn't say is made in China by prisoners in forced labor camps. Prisoners whose only crime may have been speaking out against the system. In that story, Harry Wu took us to prison camps and using a hidden camera, taped prisoners making leather goods that were exported to the United States. We also took a hidden camera to a hotel room where we met with some people who sell those leather goods to stores in the States. And with our sound man posing as the company president, we were told about the prison's quality control.
They have their own regulation, and also we send our people to keep on checking the quality also.
Yes.
Once we report to them, the quality is not up to standard, the prisoner will have the punishment or beating or some other things.
Did she say what I thought she said? That prisoners will be punished or beaten? She did.
Once we report to them, the quality is not up to standard, the prisoner will have the punishment or beating or some other things.
What did they say about, you said that they used the work that you and I had done in the trial against you. What did they say about it?
And you know, you are a big problem. Your name was mentioned in the trial all the time. Ed Bradley. And they asked me how much you earned and why he's a black man. And they do a very good investigation. They measure, you say, we find out the room and the secret camera set up the distance, you know, everything.
They looked at the pictures and could tell where the hidden camera was?
Yes, of course, yeah. And they went to the hotel. Right?
Where we set up the sting operation?
Yeah, they show me everything.
Tell me about the videotape that they released. You've seen that now, or so. So this was, they said, was your confession. And in it they say that you admit to damaging the interests of the Chinese government and that you admitted that you violated Chinese laws.
I admit it. I did.
You did violate Chinese law?
Yes. Communist law, so what?
And even under arrest, Harry Wu still took chances. He kept a secret diary, writing under the noses of the always present prison guards. Sometimes he wrote in his Chinese-English dictionary using the page numbers to date his entries.
It means this is the date. It means June 29.
6/29 was June 29.
You see, I put some glue because in the morning I have some rice glue to stick on it. But, see, here's it.
And you wrote in here?
You wrote in here.
But how could you write and they didn't see you writing?
Because the three police were behind me. And I look at the two over here and this one over here. So I checking my words, something like that, and hold it like this. You cannot see this way. I write it fast, like this. And also I have another something is over here. See, this is right here. This notes.
So you made notes and wrapped it around the barrel of a ballpoint pen?
Yeah, this note is talking about July 19th, from 9:50 to 10:50, police questioned me.
With 3 guards in the room, how do you write all of that and then wrap it around that ballpoint pen and they don't see it?
In the room and the wall, there's a mirror. So they not only can observe my back, also throw the mirror on my front. So this is very difficult for me. Okay. And then I said, gosh, what should I do? And then later, I using the mirror, pretend, observe them. I just like that. And then they saw through the mirror, say, Jesus, he is using the mirror to observe we. Next day, they removed the mirror. so I can do something right here.
So you would sit at the table against the wall and
Yeah.
roll it up like that?
Yeah.
They were always behind you?
Yeah.
There was a picture of you that I saw taken, I guess, during the trial. And there were policemen standing behind you.
Yeah.
And you looked as if you were leaning onto railings.
My leg is totally, the left leg is totally disabled. I demand have a crutch to support myself, and they said, no, we don't give it to you. I said, can I have a crutch? I said, why? And then one guard at the time said, that could become a weapon.
The crutch.
Yeah.
He needed the crutches because he had run out of medication, and the Chinese didn't give him the pills his wife had sent through the U.S. Embassy.
They only give it returned to me when I board on the airplane, head back to San Francisco.
What will Hillary Rodham Clinton going to China do for those dissidents who are still in jail, the Harry Woos we don't know about?
I think she really should do something for those who are still inside Chinese prison and who are wrongly accused. She really should do something for those faceless, nameless people.
She should speak out while she's there.
Yes, why
She should condemn the Chinese gulag system.
right.
She should condemn the human rights abuse in China. Clearly, frankly, publicly.
While she's there?
Why
Yes.
she's there, yeah.
Wouldn't that be considered a loss of face for the Chinese?
You want to save the Chinese Communist face? And you don't care these dissidents suffering in the gulag system? Would you care? You care about Chinese Communist face?
Harry Wu knows he dodged a bullet and is fortunate to be a free man at home in California. But he is still a free man with a mission.
You wouldn't think about trying to go back to China again, would you?
I don't know. I just back about 1 or 2 days. I haven't made my mind
Let's
yet.
talk about that. Let's talk about it. So far, we don't have time to talk about it yet.
You can continue your work without going back, right?
Yes, you know, I make a confession in China. I told them I will totally get out of politics. I will give up my activities. But they knew that I'm lying to them. And of course, my sense is very clear. Deal with the man as the man deal with me. They lied to me. Why should I be honest with them?
So you lied to them.
Of course, this is not the first time I make a confession. Since 1957, I'm 20 years old, there's a bunch confessions, whatever you call. This is the way. And they know me, that they don't believe it, but they welcome my confession because they get a way out.
So that saves face for them because you've confessed.
Everybody knows this is a lie.